bam, baby. Good night. My top 3 knockouts, and I have a hell of a lot of them. Number 1, Arthur Spuka. When I knocked him out in Brooklyn, it was amazing. You know, Spuka had a lot of Polish fans there, which was amazing to see. And it also was amazing to hear them roaring. You know, the energy was electrifying in there that night. But I figured Spuka out. He was another southpaw, very slick, tricky southpaw. But I ended up figuring him out. And there was a one point in time where I drawed him into the corner. And bam, baby. Good night. The second knockout has to be Stiverne 2. Stiverne's 2, you know, this is a guy that I took the title from in Vegas, and I won my title, and Stiverne somehow got himself in a position to fight me again. And to get in the rematch with him, I told Stiverne, I know him like the back of my hand, you know. In that fight, I was possessed. I wasn't myself. I'm always, you know, when I'm in the fights, usually I'm not myself, but in that particular fight, something had came over me. I came to the one point in time when I was staring down over him and he was looking at me very hesitant, and I was looking at him like I was his daddy and he made a bad grade in school and he knew he was about to get his butt whooped. And I was sitting on the outside looking at myself, and when I started welding, it's like my body just, it's like my soul came back into my body and I started welding on him. And during that time, he definitely went face down, ass up. I remember the referee being on my back and I was carrying him like a cape that night. But it was an amazing fight, one that I nor him would never forget. And my last but not least, let's take a big guess. You know, this was a guy I blessed to be on my show, and I blessed him again to be able to fight me. And we all know who we're talking about. I'm talking about Dominic Brazil. And if you didn't see that fight, y'all go back and look at it. It was amazing. I took his soul literally out of him, and it came back. And I'll never forget that knockout. It went viral, and I saw him after the, you know, weeks after the fight. He was dressed up in a nice suit. I complimented him. I told him what a nice suit he had. I smiled, and he said thank you, and we went on our happy lives and happy ways. And that's what it's all about. And those are my 3 most famous knockouts.